What's up, guys? Welcome. I'm your Sports Soccer 1. Today we'll do some more preview prediction videos. We have already done Michigan, Ohio State, the Detroit Lions, Chargers, and the Eagles so far for the NFL. Go check that out. The videos should be uploaded to YouTube. Will be a playlist for college football schedule preview prediction. I think actually it should be created now. And you can go. All the videos I do for preview prediction can be found under the college football one, and of course the NFL one. There'll be a separate playlist for the NFL, but you can go on these other teams I've done. So let's get started. Today we'll be talking about. We're gonna take a look at the Texas Longhorns, and what they're gonna do in terms of recruit. We'll look at the schedule and see how well the Texas will do in 2025. All right, so first things off, we'll start with what if the recruiting wise. We always start with recruiting. In this video, I usually do recruiting first, look at recruiting, and then I look at last year's schedule, then look at the odds, and then we look at the schedule game by game. We go game by game, and then we go back and give you actually a prediction of every game. So that's how my videos works here. So for recruiting wise, they did a good job. Number one overrank in recruiting and 24 in the transfer portal. Pretty good job recruiting wise. They got some 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, 5? No, sorry, 5 stars. Bunch of 4 stars. Maybe big names here. Let's see here. Let's see here. Any big names coming to Texas? I don't follow recruiting closely, but I'm trying to. Hopefully, can get there. Let's see here. Big names. Big names wise. Let's go. I heard he's a really good edge out of from Texas. I heard he's a pretty good edge. I don't know. Any Longhorn fans, comment down below, please, for comes recruiting. Which of any recruits you're looking forward to see? And maybe it's John Williams, the safety out of Galveston, or Justin Darius, the defensive lineman. So these are really Texas really does a good job. What Steve Cook does, the head coach, and especially recruiting wise, does a really good job. All right, he does. They do a really good job in recruiting. In the transfer portal, they actually cleaned up very nicely in the transfer portal, starting with Matthew Cadwell from Troy, the quarterback, Mariah Watson, the defensive lineman of Syracuse, Mason Shipley, the kicker out of Texas State, Jack Andrews, tight end out of Cal, Lavon Johnson, defensive lineman from Maryland, Emmett Mosley, the fifth wide receiver out of Stanford, Hero Kanu, defensive lineman of Ohio State. I do apologize if I butcher your name. I'm doing my best to pronounce name. Again, I don't know people, so I'm my best to pronounce it, but I might also mispronounce the name. I do apologize. Travis Shaw, defensive lineman from North Carolina. Brad Spence, linebacker from Arkansas. Court Brevard, defensive lineman from Purdue. And Jack Bausmeister, punter from Utah. Alright, so that's the recruiting. Last year, Texas finished 13-3 overall, 7-2 in the SEC. And remember, Texas newbies into the SEC, on newcomers. A really good season. Started the season ahead of the bye week, undefeated, with big win against Michigan on the road. The big losses were to Georgia twice. One regular season at home, and of course on a neutral site game in overtime, before losing to Ohio State in the semifinals. Made the playoffs. All right, this is a playoff team. Okay, this is a very caliber team. Really, like I said, a really good caliber of team. What Steve Season has done this program, recruiting wise, offensively, defensively, really good job. All right, in terms of what they're gonna do, and he's got a good job. I mean, the players of Texas are really good players. This is a really elite team, really good defense, good offense, pretty good decent, and from decent to pretty good special teams. I do believe half of the guys are coming back. I know a couple of defensive players. Texas could let me know who's coming back. But I do know they'll get some guys coming back. Arch Manning will be the quarterback for Texas next year. So it'll be the Arch Manning show. After he was shadowing Quinn Ewers, Quinn himself now at the NFL. Arch Manning will be the starting quarterback over at Texas. So I'm looking forward to see what Texas can do in 2025. Let's take a look at the latest odds for the Texas. According to DraftKings, and anyway, look at FanDuel, BetMGM, whatever you look at, right now the regular season win is 9.5. Over under 9.5. I look at the schedule. I think I'm not gonna take the over yet, but I'm gonna schedule it and I'll let you know if I'm gonna take over. And I might do it. I'm gonna take the over. I think they're gonna win 10 plus games. This is a 10 plus team and maybe 11 plus wins. So they do get a tough schedule. They're on the road at Ohio State start of season, then they come home. And look, this is good news for Texas. You play all your non-con games in the first 4 games of the season, 1 on the road, rest at home, having your bye week. Actually, I like this. The bye weeks are placed at a perfect time. Here's why. You got Ohio State on the road, week 1, week 2 home against San Jose State, week 3 against UTEP, and week 4 against Sam Houston. So you get your 4 non-con games all the way, and first bye week. Come up first bye week, you got a trust of games. You got at Florida versus neutral site game, the Cotton Bowl against the Red River showdown against Oklahoma, at Kentucky, at Mississippi State, at Vanderbilt, so home against Vanderbilt, and your bye week. I like this bye week. This bye week comes a really good time. Second bye week comes a good time because right before the Georgia game. And I like this bye week. It plays for 2 reasons. One reason to have bye week is maybe have a bye week before a crucial game. 1. 2, a bye week before, against Florida. Well, maybe let's say the first 4 games, somebody got injured. They can, rest up, and any injured players you have heading to the next game against Florida. But this is a crucial game. At Georgia, lost to Georgia last year. At home, they got a chance to get revenge on the road. Georgia, can they beat Georgia on the road? We'll find out. Arkansas, home against Arkansas, and home against Texas A&M. So I like the schedule. I see maybe 1 or 2 losses, maybe at most. But let's take a look. Let's do this. Let's All right. If you saw my Ohio State prediction video, you know this. I think you saw the season on the road. You go Ohio State, you beat Ohio State. I think you saw the season 4-0, undefeated, heading into Sam Houston game. Heading to your first bye week, come up bye week, go on the road and against Florida. Florida's not a great team. With 2-3 straight loses on the Brady Napier. It's on the road. I think you'll win this one. I come home as a player, go on a neutral site game. Technically home game for you guys, but I think you beat Oklahoma. Go on the road, beat Kentucky. Now this is back-to-back road game, can be tricky. Yes, you're playing back-to-back games, but play 2. At least Kentucky is a better team out of look at the next 3 teams. I think Kentucky is a better one. Right? Of course, Oklahoma is slightly better than Kentucky, but you get Kentucky on the road, I think you win that one. Then you go on the road against Mississippi State. I know the whole cowbell, that environment. I think you're better than Mississippi State. I think you'll win it. The only loss, because you're coming off a Kentucky win. Kentucky win. And, cold cowbell environment, on road, unfamiliar road, environment. I don't think you played Mississippi State yet on the road. So, unfamiliar environment for Texas. So, if I'm going to give them a win, but this is going to be a tough game for Texas because environment, and they never played. Not because Mississippi is bad, because they're a bad team right now, not really great. But in terms of environment, it's on the road, and familiar environment can be a little tricky. Same thing with maybe Florida and Kentucky, but I think these win. And then you go home against Vanderbilt. And no Vanderbilt under Diego Pavio. He was really good. job. They did a good job. They really good. I just don't know if Vandy can repeat that success next year. So I think you'll beat them. You're what, 4, and then what? 4, and then it's 5. So 5 and 4. So 9-0. 3 last games. You got at Georgia, Arkansas. Let me tell you right now. You're gonna beat Arkansas. You're gonna beat Texas. Now comes to Georgia. I think you could look. Can you beat Georgia? Yes. Could lose to Georgia? Yes. It's on the road. Tougher game. Got a bye week before this. One will be the biggest game next year for Texas, besides the Ohio State game. A revenge game from the playoff game year from last year. I think you go on the road and you beat Georgia. I think you get your revenge against Georgia and you get revenge against Ohio State. Look, could you lose to Ohio State and Georgia and still make playoffs at 10-2? Absolutely. Absolutely. So, I said this the over under at 9.5. I'm going to take that. I'm taking the over. I think this is a 10. Look, here's the thing. This team could go 10-2 with losses to Ohio State and Georgia. This could go 11-1 with losses to either Ohio State and Georgia. Look, if they can split Georgia and Ohio State, or they could beat both of them and go undefeated, which have them right now. 12-0 seems like a bit of stress, but it's possible. Seeing what the Texas team can do, look, likelihood, can they go to 12-0? It's possible. Likelihood of going 12-0? Unlikely, but I think they can go we either 10-2 or 11-1, whether they lose to Ohio State or lose to beat Ohio State, but lose to Georgia, or beat Georgia, lose to Ohio State. Those are 2 big games I'm worried about. Yes, it mentioned the Mississippi State game. It could be tricky because it's also on the road, off a familiar environment. But I think they could beat Mississippi State and Kentucky on the road, and Florida road, the other 3 road games, conference game wise. Florida may be a little tricky because I know Florida can be a tough place to play at times. But I think you go beat Florida. I think you beat Kentucky and Mississippi on the road. I think you go 12-0. As simple as that. So 12-0, I'm taking the over 4.5 for the Texas Longhorns. It'll be a great season. We'll see what season can, what magic can create out of his hat. See how Osman does in year 1 as starting quarterback. Not year 1, year 2, year 3, whatever. I think it's second year. Year 2, the official year. What about year 1? Year 1 actually first year season as starting quarterback. You know, he was more a backup quarterback a year ago. Last year under Quinn Ewers. Like and subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification button. I am supposed to sign out. See you next video. Peace.